Where I am now, better than before. Through those open doors, where I am now. Where I am now, I need a special place. Until I walk in grace. Where I am now.
It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live at WMVA 88.9 WGPL 1350 studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, and guess what? You can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear us all over the globe, all you have to do is go to www.christianbroadcastingcompany.com, or you can go to 1400 AM, 1350 AM, and you can hear us all over the world. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace, 95.3 FM, WPCE 1400 AM, WMVA 88.9 FM. Good morning to you.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, comment, subscribe. Take yourself over there to YouTube right now and subscribe to our channel, Cristo Records 1, Cristo Records 1. I tell you what, we'll shout you out later on. We promise.
Shout out, yeah.
Woo, Mr. E, the longest, most wonderful weekend. Thanksgiving weekend. How was yours?
You know, Miss Hinton, Thanksgiving was a wonderful time of being thankful, a lot of rest, a lot of going to different places, eating some turkey and some pie, and some pie with some butter pecan ice cream. But it was a great, great, great celebration.
It was a wonderful time. I had a great time. You know, I did a little cooking, Mr. E.
Oh,
Beside the
congratulations.
pies.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you all for buying those pies. Thank you so much. But beside that, it was so wonderful. The food, folk, family, it was just really, really a nice weekend. Able to get out, able to just do a little something, and rest and relaxation.
Got an opportunity also to know the revealing of one of my grandsons' baby.
Oh my goodness.
Found out that he's having a little girl.
Oh my goodness.
And guess what her name gonna be?
What?
Dallas.
Oh, are you serious?
I'm serious. If it was gonna be a boy, he said, Grandpa, if it's gonna be a boy, whether it be a boy or girl, the baby name gonna be Dallas.
That is
just
cute.
for you. I said, thank
just
you.
for you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. What an honor. But anyway, I'm glad you had a wonderful time. The holiday has just popped off. We got Christmas to look forward to. But we also, FYI, is celebrating 8 years, Mr. E working in. I tell you what, working in radio and loving the show and putting it together has been a joy.
That's
for
right.
8 years.
That's right. Bringing nothing but the best to all of our listening audience. Just making sure that all our guests is very happy and those who came on with us, and just being a blessing. Just being a blessing on the only African American radio station in the whole wide world. That's WPCE 1400, WGPL 1350, Peach 95.3 FM and 88.9, and Facebook Live and all social media platforms bring you nothing but the very best.
Absolutely.
So congratulations to you, Miss Hinton.
Thank you, and you too.
You are the brains of the operation.
Well, Mr. E, it's been, like I said, a great honor, and we just hope to be able to keep doing this. We thank God for expanding our platform and being able to reach folk all over the world.
That's right. Netherlands and you name it. We have been getting calls and letters
and emails letters
from
yes.
folk all over the world. Thank you so much for being such a great supporter.
Absolutely. We're going to have a giveaway on Friday. We had 2 winners on last Friday.
That's right.
And we're just going to, just do a little something and let you all celebrate with us. But in December, as we get close to the holidays, it's going to be a time of giving
That's right.
for us. And so you all keep listening and be a part of what we're doing. And we have some things we just want to share with those that really have stuck with us, Mr. E, and have really, really, supported us.
That's right. And don't forget that if you're going to participate in the games, in the winners, in the call-ins to win, make sure that you have not won before.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to let everybody know if you won, don't participate. Please just support other folks.
Well, I tell you what, they can participate by giving something to give. We also would love that. If you all want to partner with us to give our audience, let's do that. Not for us, but for our audience. We would really love for you all to participate in that. Anyway, Mr. E, it is Monday.
Monday.
Sports talk.
Miss Hinton, what a barn burner this Thanksgiving has been. And, speaking of Thanksgiving, there was some turkeys being spoiled.
Oh,
and
my goodness.
Dinners being messed over. Why? Because guess what?
We're going to talk about that in a second. But Mr. E, we can't forget to talk about our week 11, the end of week 11. Remember, we went over last Monday, week 11, but their Monday evening was a game, and we want to talk about that game, Philadelphia versus the Chiefs.
Miss Hinton, when Philadelphia and the Kansas City Chiefs begin to play on that weekend, I said to myself, who is going to win?
Oh my goodness. You know what? It was up in the air. I said Philadelphia. I think you said Philadelphia, but Philadelphia was playing a team that wasn't, they were not wimps.
Miss Hinton,
whatsoever.
Miss Hinton, I don't know if we got a call in but whoever it was, let's check the lines.
While you checking the
Good
line.
Morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Who am I speaking to?
This is your long time friend, Miss Antoinette. Good morning, Miss Antoinette.
How you doing? I was just calling y'all to know y'all doing a beautiful job. And today is my birthday.
Oh,
wonderful birthday Saturday, Mr. E.
Thank you so much.
That is wonderful. Happy birthday.
Okay, well, y'all have a blessing and y'all doing a beautiful job.
Thank you, dear. I tell you what, shout out to Antoinette. We also want to shout out to Miss Annie Solario, who's on with us, Sheila Robbins, and all you all that are on. Make sure you say something in the chat so we can shout you out.
Miss Hinton, getting back to that Monday game, November the 20th game,
yes.
The Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. The Eagles won by 3 points.
Absolutely.
But the Eagles won and did a wonderful job.
They did. And I'm not surprised, but again, they played a team Both of those teams were together when, Mr. E.
They was together on that Monday evening.
I'm talking about
before
last year.
they was in the Super Bowl.
Thank you.
I mean, the only two African American quarterbacks that bumped heads together, and guess what? And Philly came on top.
Philadelphia is just, I'm telling you.
Speaking on Philadelphia, Miss Hinton, we got to talk about last night's game.
Listen, you don't want me to talk about Philadelphia.
Go ahead. I want to talk about Philly because last night they did a wonderful job last night.
Well, I tell you what, let's go ahead and talk about some of the winners and losers in week 12.
You know, when we look at week 12, Miss Hinton, we started off with that Thursday night, day before Thanksgiving. You know, Thanksgiving was on a Wednesday. A Thursday, but we started with Thanksgiving with the Green Bay Packers beating the Detroit Lions. And then we goes to that San Francisco 49ers, you know, just switched the numbers around, 31-13. You know, when you look at how the San Francisco 49ers demolished the Seattle Seahawks. And then for those who are listening, and then that Thursday night on Thanksgiving, yes, I know that your turkey got spoiled.
Oh my goodness.
I know, because my phone was ringing off the hook and they asking me to call up to Dallas and tell Dallas, stop.
Mr. E, take your time and tell us about that game. Who did you all play? Oh my goodness.
You know, Miss Hinton, there was 93,711 folks that attended that game.
Oh, that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people, Miss Hinton. And at that game, the Dallas Cowboys played against the Commanders.
Wow.
And, you know, coaches got fired, defenses.
How come?
Coaches got fired, defensive coaches got fired, and, you know, defensive court. It's a wonder that the head coach didn't get fired, but, you know, he's on the chopping block too, because for them to put numbers up like that, they lost the last two games, one against the New York Giants that was battling for last place, you know, and now they turn around and got beat by the number one team, America's team. And so, you know, that's the Dallas Cowboys, 45-10.
Now, goodness, well, there Commanders, what happened?
You know, some people threw away a lot of turkey. I mean, somebody said they threw turkey at the TV, turkey went out the front door, turkey went out the whole, you know, some of these turkeys that you saw was burnt. And then the Dallas Cowboys had the audacity to go into the kettle and eat a turkey drumstick.
How you don't bet when you know your team is going to win?
You know, Miss Hinton, when you start putting that money on that gets you real nervous, you know, because I don't like losing money.
Oh, but you believe in your team, don't you?
I do believe in my team, but I don't believe in losing money. Because any given day, that team could drop.
I'm just saying, you know, you talk about the Commanders a lot, like, you know, they
I couldn't find nobody, to tell the truth. Nobody didn't want to put no sodas out there, no bag of tater chips.
Well, they felt like
they said
you all had it in the bag.
They knew that we had it in the bag. They knew that the Dallas Cowboys was going to demolish.
Well, look, tell us the season so far. Dallas is what?
The Dallas Cowboys, Miss Hinton, they are they're doing a wonderful job, and I got to get to them.
Yeah, because my grandson said something. He said he may change up, and Dallas may be one of the teams. I was like, what? He kind of like on the sideline when it comes to Dallas, but he almost made a commitment.
Well, I'm so proud. Your grandson is a good kid, though. You know, you got to remember, he's a very smart kid. And the funny thing about it, he knows football.
Well, you got competition, so it's Dallas. It's a few other ones he may go with, but he wouldn't commit to Philadelphia.
You know, when you look at the Dallas Cowboys, they are at 8-3 right now.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah. They second in the division.
Very good.
They're second in the divisions compared to the 8-4, 4-8 4-8. Two teams are tied at the bottom with a 4-8.
Did you say 4-8?
4-8. The Commanders and the Giants are a 4-8. Let me break you this news. I know you hear me get loud there.
Yeah.
Let me give you this news.
I'm
Breaking
surprised.
news: 4-8. Two teams are tied in the division for the last place. Katrina Brown and all you all that's out there, 4-8.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know it was that bad.
That's right, 4-8.
Okay.
4-8, and Dallas is 8-3, and the Philadelphia Eagles are 10-1. So guess what? The Washington, the Commanders, and the Giants will not see the playoff.
Oh, they going home.
They get ready to go home. Pretty
You know
soon they're
that
gonna
is
be going home. I think that when you get down to it, this is my opinion. When you get down to a 4 games in this, and you in week number what?
Oh, this is week 12. We go. That's right, week 13
And
coming up.
all you done won is 4 games.
That's cold.
Miss Hinton, I mean,
That's
let's look
cold.
at it. If you was a coach and all they won is 4 games, 4 games out of 13 games.
Well, we have another team that's what, 1 and some. Who is that?
That's the Carolina Panthers.
The Panthers. I had. Lord have mercy. I don't even want to say it.
Out of 13 games, and all they won is 1.
Who did they play this week?
You know, the Carolina Panthers just came off a loss, another loss this week against the Tennessee Titans.
I didn't think
that's Jew Jonah's team. You know that Jew Jonah beat a scrub team. That's the scrub they beat.
Oh,
you know, when we look at these scores this week, we find that the Cowboys won 45-10. The San Francisco 49ers, they won 31-13. Mm-hmm. The Miami Dolphins beat the New York Jets.
Well, let's find out about their seasons, because the Dolphins seem to do pretty good.
The Dolphins are running a good season. They are doing wonderful. I got to get to Miami, and you know, they bouncing back. They bouncing back.
But are you surprised they beat the Jets?
Well, I am. I'm really not surprised, because the Jets has been on a hiatus. That since they lost their main man that supposedly came back and took them to the promised land, Rodgers. Since they lost Rodgers, you know.
Didn't he go out the first game? Now you know
the first time the clock ticked. The Miami Dolphins is 8-3. They're doing
good. Okay.
The New England Patriots is 2-9, and the Jets are 4-7. 4-7.
Another one.
That's another one that
one going
they
home.
They should clear the score. Once you down and never made it over 5, go home.
You said stop playing. You don't want them to play no more.
I don't want to play no more, because the teams that made it at a substantial win, you know, they can easily get hurt. Players can easily get hurt.
Let's talk about Sunday. Sunday was a barn burner.
Sunday. Wow. Miss Hinton, this thing opened my eyes up against the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Houston Texans.
Yes.
Out of 71,000 people that was there, the Jacksonville Jaguar walked away with a win, 24-21.
Yes.
And then, Miss Hinton, Pittsburgh Steelers, out of 65,000 people that was there, the Pittsburgh Steelers' final score was 16-10.
Now, give me their season.
When you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, you say to yourself, you know, they supposed to be the baddest thing running around.
Really? I mean, they are doing good this season. Kind of good. Let's find out.
I think that you always for the
underdog. What it is I pay attention, because I compare last season to this season. Last season they didn't do too much. This season their name is coming up with a win. You know, a little bit more. More.
Pittsburgh Steelers. Their standings right now, Miss Hinton, and you know. They probably at the bottom of the totem pole too. They're
going home.
If I had my way, when you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, they did good. They won over 5 games. They're 7-4.
See,
They're
I know
7-4.
I was telling the truth.
The Baltimore Ravens is a 9-3, and then the Kansas City Chiefs is a 8-3, and the Miami Dolphins are 8-3.
All right, let's talk about this game with the Panthers and the Titans.
Well, the Carolina Panthers, we just dialogue about the Tennessee Titans. If the Tennessee Titans had to beat the Carolina Panthers, I would go to Tennessee and set them both down.
You said they will the Panthers now, I don't know. You said one. I don't understand
The
it.
Carolina
What's
Panthers,
going on
they
there?
had
You
that
talking about
one.
folk being fired. Somebody need to be fired.
Xavier, one of our guests, Xavier from the Carolina Panthers, sit down.
Who have several seats.
That's right. And Miss Hinton, when we look at New Orleans and the Atlanta Falcons, New Orleans Saints, they lost the game 24-15.
Are you surprised?
No.
Okay.
Now, last night it was a barn burner. Tampa Bay Buccaneers played against the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh yeah, that was something.
And that was a real barn burner. That was a good game. 27-20 was the score. Now look at the next game.
Mr. E, can I say something about the next game? The Patriots and the Giants. That was the slowest. They didn't score till when it was almost over.
They looked like they were ta-ta.
What in the world was going on with that game?
They looked like they was just slow boat to China. I mean, they could not get their bearings together and try to figure out what's going on. I thought I would see my what's his name? Who's the running back for the Giants? I thought I would hear him singing the song, "What's Going On?"
7-10.
That's right, by 3 points.
And they didn't score until when? The third quarter?
That's right.
It just seemed ridiculous.
What got me? Wilson is back.
Oh, wow. What do you say? He playing?
Wilson is back. The Denver Broncos won against the Cleveland Browns. Steve Harvey have several seats.
I cannot believe this.
Yeah, you believe it. It's done.
Oh, my goodness.
It's done. Wilson came back, and they beat the Cleveland Browns 29-12.
Oh, wow.
29-12, and then the Rams turned around 37 and beat the Arizona Cardinals 37-14, and the Buffalo Bills.
But you know what? That game right there with Buffalo Bills and the Eagles, I was like peeking under the covers because I just knew that Philadelphia was going to lose, and then overtime.
That's right.
Dang.
That's right. And then I think Hurst went in and put a rabbit out of his hat, and guess what? They beat the Buffalo Bills 37-4.
Tell me Buffalo's season. I'm curious because I had high hopes for them last season and this season, but they're not coming up like I'd like to see them.
When you look at the Buffalo Bills, Miss Andy, you find that they're doing pretty good. I like the Buffalo Bills. I like what they're doing. When you look at their stats, you find that the Buffalo Bills, they're not in last place.
They kind of close to last place.
They're in second place in their division, AFC East. They're running behind the Miami Dolphins, and they're 6-6. They went over 5.
That's not too bad. But I tell you what, when you come against a team that's what's the Eagles?
When you look at the 10-11-1.
Oh my goodness, they're trying to go back to the Super Bowl.
11-1.
What do you think?
They're gonna be there. It's a possibility that they be there, but they got to run up against them Cowboys again.
Are you serious?
That's right. And then when I look at Cedric Bailey's team, oh my Malanta. I look at Cedric Bailey's team, 31-17, the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm not surprised.
The Raiders act like they didn't want to go away. They played a little football, but they act like they wanted to stay. They was hitting hard. They was running the football real good, but Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes, they did.
They
I'm not
sparked
surprised.
it up and got them.
Now, the Ravens and the Chargers. Listen, the Ravens are my grandson's team. They've been doing good. I want to know their numbers.
When you look at the Baltimore Ravens, Miss Hinton, you said they're doing good. I know.
I mean, they lost a few.
I know that because of your grandson.
I'm telling you, I've been following them. They're not doing bad. Let me have the numbers, Mr. E.
Baltimore Ravens also have a show that comes on TV also.
Really?
Yeah, they got a show. They got a show that comes on. They talk about Baltimore Ravens, what's going on with the Baltimore Ravens, how the Baltimore Ravens are, and things of that nature. So I saw it a little bit the other day. When you look at the Baltimore Ravens, they're leading their division, AFC North, and they're 9-3. So they doing
bad. I told you.
They doing.
I've been keeping up a little bit with the Ravens.
That's right. But see, two teams are tied for second place.
Okay.
In that division, that's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns.
So then oh Lord, okay. Well, let's go to Monday night.
Tonight's
the Chicago Bears and Minnesota. Now, these two teams are surprising me this season. The Vikings didn't do hardly nothing last season. They're redeeming themselves.
That's
and
right.
The Bears are surprising me because they were down in the bottom of the barrel at one time. Give us both seasons. I want to know the season for the Bears and for the Vikings.
Listen, when you start looking at the standards for the Chicago Bears, you find that Chicago Bears they are really battling for their division. The Chicago Bears is at the bottom of the totem pole in the NFC North.
Mm-hmm.
And the game that they're playing tonight, they're second place in the same division. These are divisions games that they're playing. So the Vikings are 6-5, and the Bears
what?
3-8.
I don't mean to laugh, but I didn't know it was that bad.
They need to go home. They need to have several seats. Miss Hendon, because guess what? All these playoff and these teams now that made over 5 games, they going to be out there playing some of these same old screws that haven't done anything. Especially when you got somebody. I think that the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders should sit down right now.
Have several seats right now.
Have several seats right now. Don't even come back out to play. Look at the division. They make the division look some kinds of bad because guess what? They ain't doing. Boo Boo done jumped up there and beat them too. I mean, when you look at New York Giants that lost last night. When you look at New York Giants and when you look at the Washington Commanders, all that hype that folks they have not been living up to the standards. Yes, I'm talking about the Commanders. When you started putting the Commanders, I think they're confused because folks don't know what to call them. They don't know whether to call them the Redskins or the Commanders. But let me serve notice on all those Commanders that are listening to me today. Losers. That's what your name is. Losers. Because right now, that Indian that you're trying to represent is crying.
Oh, that's that's cold.
And your command is over.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to give you all some predictions a little bit in a few minutes, actually. But thank you so much for joining us. And thank you all for supporting us these 8 years.
That's right.
We hope to give you more great content, special guests. We got some great upcoming shows for you, and we want you to just stick and stay with us while we continue this journey. So I tell you what, Mr. E, I want to shout out some of our folks, Sheila Robbins, Annie Solario. We have Linda Griffin, Sheila Green. All you all that are on there, make sure you say hello to us in the chat. And don't forget to join us on Wednesday. Mr. E, as I think about it, you were supposed to give me one of your favorite shows. We're going to do that next week, your sports stuff, because we're going to do a rewind. But also, we need to do NFL sports for dummies. Like, people that people like me that, learning the game, but really want to get really, really, really into it. So, Mr. E, we're going to have to do that. We're going to get a special guest that's really, he really knows the game, or she really knows the game, and going to teach us a little bit more about football.
Now the question: do you want them this football for dummies? How you say it again?
Yeah, NFL football for dummies.
You want them to come from the Commander squad?
Oh, right. No, we need somebody that can really teach. People like me that are really learning, the game and everything, and want to just continue to get real good at it. So, Mr. E, thank you so much for 8 years. Thank you all for joining us. Come over here just for a few
Football for
minutes,
dummies.
and we'll talk with you real
Commander.
soon. See you on Wednesday. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. 8 years. Congratulations to Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton and to FYI Radio Show. And also to the Dallas Cowboys. We want to say what a wonderful job that you have done. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 right here on WGPL 1350, Peace 95.3, WPCE 1488.9. Football for dummies. Washington Commanders have several seasons. Until Wednesday, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday. Bye now.
Wow. Good morning again, everyone. Sheila Robbins, how are you? Thank you so much for your support. Look, Linda Griffin said, "Fly, Eagles, fly." Is your game. Look, are you all happy with what's going on this season? Is your team winning? What do you feel about some of those folk that are playing, like the Cowboys and the Ravens and the Browns and the Titans and the Steelers? What's your thoughts on these teams as we look and see them, trying to get through and not go home? Because some of them are definitely, Mr. E, on their way home.
They should have been home. Some of these ones that haven't made it over 5. You at this branch of the game, you got right now. You in week 13.
Yes,
and you should at least won over 5 games in this season. 5 games, and all you won is 4 or 2 or 1.
That's
what have you been doing the whole term? What happened to all the coaching and the practice?
Okay, now that's the thing. You just said the key word. Where is the coaches? What's going on?
That's why they're getting rid of coaches. That's why you look at the Carolina Panthers. What are they doing? Well, a lot of people are making up excuses.
What do they say?
They're remaking the team. But here's the thing that I look at. You might be remolding and rearranging and getting the name together, but you have picked up professional football players that know the game. You have picked up people that's already played years and years and years of football. Now you turn around and they can't perform, but they want the money. Something is not right with this
we
picture.
Say, but they want the money.
That's right. They want the money.
Absolutely.
But something is not right with this picture because, right now, Miss Hinton, if the Dallas Cowboys need to pull a team, and any football team need to pull a team off in the bench. Let's say often they're sitting home looking at TV. The other day, the New York Giants needed a kicker, and they pulled this guy that's been home looking at TV for the whole year, brought him back out to the game.
Wow.
So if they can easily go out and buy and pay for a team, put a team together, these are professional football players that have been playing the game for 8, 9, 10, and 11 years. But guess what? When you put them out there, they should come out there with you and help you to be a winner.
Mr. E, the numbers that you all pulled for this last game, 93,000, what's going on?
They only need 2,300 people to fill that stadium. Well, they probably got it, including the players and the rest of them. They needed 2,300 people to fill the stadium and give them 100,000 people that filled the stage.
I tell you what, we're going to keep this going, and we're going to get some predictions out to you all for this week coming up. I'm telling you, I'm enjoying the games and everything, and these folk are bringing in those coins. The fans are out there, and it's really, really exciting. So you all continue to stick with us. Yes, we will do NFL Sports for Dummies. Or what's the other word for NFL for? Let me see.
Any dummy can learn football.
But anyway, no, just keep let us know your predictions and stuff like that for the week coming up. And don't forget to look at the game on this evening.
That's right.
Also, upcoming shows this evening at 6 o'clock p.m. FYI After Dark will be on. We're going to be sharing some things with you all. We're going to rewind maybe a few times some of the shows that we've enjoyed and everything. And we want you to come on and be with us. Share, what's been going on, how you're gonna, what you're gonna do for the holidays, and you know, we just want to just have a good, cozy little time today, this evening. We won't be on that long, but we want to come on and say hello to you all, shout you out, and just get you all in our dialogue and things like that as we go over information for FYI Radio Show.
You know, Miss
FYI
Hinton,
After Dark.
you know, Miss Hinton, when we was talking about our favorite shows for sports talk,
Yeah.
I have written it down.
What did you have?
The first African American quarterback.
Oh my!
Right
yes.
here on the East Coast,
Yes,
right here in our
yes.
own backyard, Mr. Johnny Walton,
Absolutely.
the first African American quarterback. Now he's in the Black Hall of Fame, where he's
yes.
right now getting what's rightfully due to him. They made a mistake and put Randall Cunningham bus out there in
Yes,
front of the
yes.
stadium. What they should have done is put Mr. Johnny Walton, put him a statue out there.
I wish they would.
I wish they would change it because he was the first African American quarterback to play in the NFL for the Philadelphia
Yes,
Eagles.
yes.
And not only that, Miss Hinton, he was helped him to win. He was up there with
Yes.
Dandy the Don Meredith, who was one of the greatest Caucasian football players there. He went in for Dandy
Wow.
Don, and he was the face of Elizabeth City State University.
Absolutely.
And he's
Absolutely.
right here from the 252 and the 757. And my hat's off to Mr.
Shout
Johnny
out,
Walton.
Mr. Johnny
Yeah.
Walton, our friend. He's going to be on as we get closer and closer to the Super Bowl. But anyway, yes, that's your favorite one. I have a favorite one too. We'll talk about that on next week. In the meantime, you all don't forget this evening, 6 o'clock p.m. Join us for FYI After Dark. And we're going to have a great show on Wednesday. We're going to rewind to some of our shows.
That's right. That's
under
right.
the hat. Also, on Friday, we have Miss Evangeline Medley. She was supposed to be on last Friday, but she's going to be with us, and she's going to talk about some of the things that she's doing, past and present. And we can't wait to talk with her. She's a beautiful young lady, and she has a lot to share about what God is doing in her life, Mr. E.
Miss Hinton, I want to say congratulations because the Lady Pies.
Oh,
Tell our listening
my
audience
Lord.
how the Lady Pie did what they did and how they did it for you.
Thank you all so much. The Royal Ladies Pie is a definite hit. I'm just excited, Mr. E, because not only is the Royal Pie doing good, tasting good, but I got the opportunity to be licensed as a business, for my pies with the Department of Agriculture, got my labels and everything. She ready to go in the stores. She ready to go into the marketplace. She is going to just make sure those things are available, those pies. But another wonderful thing, Missy, the menu is expanding. I already have things that I've put out there for you all, but we're getting ready to expand. We'll be in our commercial kitchen and baking up some good. Anybody want to be a guinea pig out there? Anybody want to try some of the new things on the menu? And so that's what we're going to be doing. Very excited about that. Thank you so much for your support. But we do have some great things coming along with that sweet potato pie. I want you all to just make sure you all, keep supporting.
And don't forget that Christmas is right around the corner.
Yes.
You don't have to do it on Christmas Day or any occasion. You can order your Royal Ladies pies today. Anytime. You want the Royal Ladies pie, pick up the telephone and call 420
757-420-0224. That's 757-420-0224.
If you got a great sweet tooth, you got a sweet tooth, sweet tooth, all you got to do is pick up the phone and give her a call.
Mr. E, you give me my number right, 470-0224.
470-0224. What did I say?
You said 420.
Oh, okay.
470. 0224. 4700. Or look, the Royal Ladies Pie at gmail.com. Make it easy on yourself or inbox me right here. But anyway, we are so glad again to be here. Don't forget, we have some great shows coming up. We have, look, a time of giving that's going to be coming up. We're going to have a holiday safety tips that's coming up. We're going to have all kind of things for the holidays and just a lot of things that's going on in our community. That's right. So you all make sure you stay tuned to us. Also, don't forget, go to Bulvic Academy, www.bulvicacademy.com, BULVIC. Look at the books, also the game app, where you can find it on actually Google Play for your Android. And you can go to apple.com for your iPad and iPhone. It's called Bulvic, BULVIC. That's the game. But you can visit the website Bulvic Academy, and you can get anything up there: the books, the game. Those links up there: Audible, ebooks, all hard copy, Spanish, English. You can go on that website, or you can go wherever books are sold and get those books. Don't forget that. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Yeah. We need the numbers. And don't forget, you can be a special guest, intern, or sponsor with FYI. Mr. E is going to tell you how you can do it.
Breaking news.
What's going down?
Dallas Cowboys. Dak has a baby on the way.
Are you serious? A little Dak is coming.
Little Dak is on the way. So that's breaking news for all of you sportscasters.
That is so sweet.
Dak Prescott got a child
from the Dallas Cowboys, y'all.
That's right. If you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor of the most talked about, or intern of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, all you got to do is give us a call at 757-714-7861. Again, that telephone number is 757-714-7861. If you want to say congratulations to us for bringing you all the great information that help you to rise above, just all you got to do is go to that page. That's right, yes. FYI, and say, I want to congratulate you, FYI for doing a wonderful job. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you want to be a special guest, go to FYI Radio Show at Gmail, FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com. Inbox us and let us know you want to be a special guest. Or drop us some information on whatever's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page, or go live. FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com. Once say, Ms. Hinton, you are the best.
Thank you, Mr. E. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being a great co-host. Keep up the good work. We got a great, some great things coming up for 2024. We want you all to continue to support us. Look, see you this evening. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
2 up, 2 down.